are C5, five coach, and we regularly explore a question that is of interest to a lot of people. And the question today is, what is your dream after COVID-19? And so my dream for the new normal will be that we have a change of leadership, because the world is in crisis with poor leadership. And I'm expecting that the leadership is more authentic. It's more holistic in a view with long-term and not just short-term. It's more committed and taking accountability. And everything starts with myself as a leader. And so the question also for me is, to what extent can I lead myself with all these attributes and this accountability and long-term view and authenticity? And to do that, part of the solution for me has been to be part of C5, because collaboration for me is one way of the leadership of the future.
The one thing that is obvious to me is that whatever this is, call it the crisis, I'm not sure what word to use, has had many opportunities. One of them, the obvious one, is that it has highlighted for everyone to see what are the shortcomings of the existing system, whether it is individuals or whether it's the system dynamic or whatever it is. So a lot of weaknesses have been made clear. So from that point of view, the question then is there the will to do something about it? Now, obviously, as Alain said, we've taken a number of steps. One of them is to create this group, because we believe, rightly so, that in putting things together, you get more than the sum of the parts. You get a new entity, as opposed to 4 individuals or 5, you get this new thing happening. And we believe that this is really the way forward. On the other side, though, if I had to ask myself after the COVID, in other words, I have no idea what that means, because when is this after going to happen? And so instead of waiting for after to happen, rather, let's start now, as if it's already happened, and then see what can be done and move forward.
And my dream for post-COVID, or after this, as Panos say, is I'm inspired by community. I'm inspired by the idea that we can form new communities. I'm really inspired by the book of Peter Block, who speaks about community, the structure of belonging. Now, the question is, how can we build this community, this structure of belonging, in an online fashion? Because that seems to be what the world now dictates, is that we also do it in a new way, not in the old way. And so the first would be for me, how do we build these online, trusting, loyal communities in a way that has a long-lasting effect? And then the second dream that I have is, how can we weave more of our elders, the wisdom part of our communities, how can we weave that into the structure of belonging or into community? For example, we have so many very wise CEOs that are just retired, but they still walk around with such great wisdom and inspiration that the younger generations could really benefit from. And I see that as also part of my new dream for the future.
My dream is to get my life and my livelihood back. And I don't want to wait the end of the crisis for that. There have been epidemics before, many in the history of mankind. And the humanity has proven to be very resilient and survived that. So I can't help thinking that some simple, basic precautions would have been much more efficient than the brutal lockdown that we had to be submitted to. You know, the true costs of the lockdown will probably never be known. The number of lost jobs, the business closure, the lack of treatment for other epidemics like TB, HIV, AIDS. So my dream is that as a country, when the next crisis arrives, we don't repeat the same mistakes.
My dream, to put it this way, is that I can pay enough attention to where the relevant conversation is going, because I believe, we can only join what's relevant, and we need to pay attention for what's relevant. And I believe from crisis emerges a lot of what is relevant and what is not relevant anymore. And my dream is to be connected with what's relevant. And I believe we don't know yet what's going to be coming, and we don't know yet the form is going to be coming. And so my dream is to pay attention to what's happening in such a way that I can draw the conclusions I need to draw to make my choices, my responsible choices in the world that is to come. And it's a passage. I believe it's a passage. But one thing I know: if we don't pay attention, we're going to be run over by what's going on. But if we pay attention, we're going to connect with what's relevant, and probably, be part of the people that will reemerge and be relevant and resilient in the process. So this is what we think about this for now, obviously, because we don't know what's going to happen. Now, if you have any questions, if you want to contact us for a coaching call, if you want to propose to us some topic to discuss about, please write it under the video or write your email, and we will connect with you as soon as we can. Thank you.